Vince says, what a second half display. First half abysmal, second half we were nothing short of fantastic. Someone build Edwards a statue. What a fantastic game. 3-2 to the Pilgrims, and we've got two very happy smiling Pilgrims to join us this week on Where Pilgrims Walk. We are reviewing the Sunderland game. We're looking ahead to the next game away, of course, at the league leaders. Doesn't get any easier. And we're also talking about left backs. Welcome to the quickest and most comprehensive review of all things Plymouth Argyle on the internet. Welcome. Oh, what a weekend. Carl and Jayden have had 3 points on Saturday, 3 goals, and of course wake up this morning to the news that Stephen Schumacher has left his position at Stoke-on-Trent. 2 ex-Plymouth managers now, the first 2 out the door. We'll ask for your views on that in a second, but let's get to the Plymouth team news first of all. Jayden, let's do the first half first, shall we? What did you think at half-time?
It was obviously pretty poor, but there's always stuff to improve on. You know, you go in at half-time, and obviously the manager talks to you, and you've got to pick up on the improvements, and then fix what you've got to fix, and that's what we did in the second half. So yeah, buzzing.
What was the difference in the second half, Carl, in terms of players and positioning?
I think I think personally it's just a bit of belief. Rooney just installed a bit of belief in them, and they just went for it, and that's what happens when you go for it. I mean, I couldn't be any happier if I tried.
Joe Edwards has scored some important goals, none more so than the one against Hull, Jayden, last year. Where should his statue be erected? There's lots of people. I mean, is it fair? Let's be honest. When he first signed, I think it was one of Ryan Lowe's first signings. It wasn't a most spectacular signing, but by goodness, he's become a player for you, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's certainly been the best captain in my lifetime. I don't know about you, Carl, but yeah, he's definitely been a fantastic skipper at Argyle, and you can't ask for anything better. Especially from obviously he's come up through the divisions, and he's just done just as well in every single one. So you can't ask for anything more as an Argyle fan from your captain.
Who else stood out for you, Carl? Then, other than Edwards, who's getting obviously a lot of praise.
I think the goalkeeper deserves some credit. I mean, his first start against Watford, he made a blunder, but he's come back strong from that personally. I think we've got a good deal there, and I'm really impressed with our centre back. Zeus, is it?
Zux, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I'm really impressed. That's an upgrade on Dan Scar, 100%. He's done very well with that one. And all round, I'm just very impressed with the team's belief and just go for it. That's how Argyle are, in my opinion. That's how we developed our team's philosophy.
I mean, Carl, to be fair to you over the last couple of weeks on here, you have been saying this has been coming. You know that the performances, whilst the results haven't been what you wanted, the performances have been there, haven't we?
100%. Like I say, the last couple of reviews before the international break, you could see that it coming together slowly. Well, of course, like I say, you've got to give this man time, and we are giving him time, and he's starting just to make certain players click, which is obviously good for us. And it's a great watch. It's a great watch, no doubt about it.
All right, we're going to look at the best of social media now, as we do every single week. Before we do that, though, please, can we ask you to subscribe down at the bottom there? We are broadcasting this week on Spotify as well, so if you want to download it and listen instead of watching, you'll be able to do that. Okay, let's have a look at the very best and worst of social media takes this week. Strictly Plymouth says, it's what you are all about. When you play, the rest of the squad raise their game by 10%. It's worth gold dust to us fans. And that was in reply to Joe Edwards' tweet. Well done, Captain, says Rob. Another poster here says, what a comeback, especially to show the character and grab the win after being pegged back so late. Could easily have sat back and take a point. And I think, Jayden, it's fair to say, if it's okay, that in previous years, under different managers, that's exactly what Plymouth would have done, isn't it? Sat back and just taken the 2-2. Would a Schumacher side have done that?
Yeah, definitely. That just shows the belief we've got under Wayne Rooney. I think he's installed a different type of belief into our goal for us to dig in so late in that game and get the 3 points in the end. Yeah, it's definitely a credit to what he's doing at Argyle this season so far, and what he obviously a lot of other clubs haven't experienced with him. But we're finally seeing a positive side of his management, which is good.
He seems to be enjoying it a lot more as well. I never rarely saw him smile at Birmingham, but he just seemed to be, I mean, he needs to calm down on the touchline, or else he's going to have a heart attack, I think, by the end of the season. This post summed it up nicely, which I liked as well. Don't know if anyone from Plymouth merchandise department reads these posts, but if you do, could I suggest there'd be money to be made if you introduce a range of club face flannels with Rooney's picture on them. Must be thousands of people out there needing to wipe the egg off their faith, and the food outlets could stock up on humble pie. Because of the name, Carl, he's going to get knocked down, isn't he, when things are going right? Do you mind the added attention on Plymouth? I mean, does it bother you that we're calling Plymouth Wayne Rooney's Plymouth, and when Sky are doing games, it's always Rooney's Plymouth? Does that bother you?
Well, funny you say that. When I was out today, I was listening to TalkSport with Jim White and Simon Jordan. And Simon Jordan put his hands up and said, what a job he's doing down there. And that is the first time I've heard him ever praise Wayne Rooney. So it is getting noticed. And in regards to, do I mind? No, because we don't ever get spotlight like this club. And I think Simon's seen something in him. Obviously, he's seen it for, he'll put spotlight on the club, but he's seen something in him that made him think he could be the one. He could be.
Okay. All right. Long way to go yet, of course, but to beat the league, you beat the league leaders, and now you've got to go and do that again. One more, which did tickle me. Al Hadj has won every game he has played in so far. How is Al Hadj? What do we know from the games that we've seen, Jayden?
What debut? Or was it league debut? I don't know. But what impact?
Oh, we seem to have lost. We seem to have lost you there, Jayden, for a second. Sorry, just say again. No, we've definitely lost him, Carl.
In regards to his debut, couldn't have asked for any much more really off him. He gave his all. I couldn't really fault him, really.
What impressed you most about his game? His hold-up play. Obviously I've watched the highlights, but you were in the stands. Tell me about him. What sort of player is he?
Creativity, awareness around him, picking the right pass, glimpses of his dads. I know it's the first game. I'm just putting my feet on the ground, but glimpses of his dads in him I saw.
Brilliant. Okay. Well done against Sunderland. Like I said, you've beaten one league leader. Now you have to go and beat another at West Brom. You just would like a nice, easy fixture next, just to build some momentum, wouldn't you? Jayden, do you give yourselves any hope at the Hawthorns?
Yeah, definitely. We've just proven that we can beat the top sides in the league. So we'll have to go and do it again. But hopefully, Rooney can get us over the line again, and we'll have enough grit and determination, like we did against Sunderland, to go and do that. So yeah, hopefully we can.
What changes need to happen to the personnel starting 11 here, Carl, to ensure that you, first of all, establish the solid defence because they are on fire.
I watched them on, was it yesterday, against Portsmouth, and I just stepped back and went, oh my. I think, is it Follows? Tom Follows?
Tom Fellows, yeah.
He is some player. We've got to keep him quiet. Otherwise, he'll punish us. But again, this is a championship. Anything can happen. Top can beat bottom. As we found out near the bottom, we're near the bottom. We beat the top of the table at the time, Sunderland. So anything can happen in this league. But as long as we stick to our rules and principles, we can have a right go.
All right. We are continuing the journey this week, looking at different positions. So we've done goalkeepers and central defenders already. Both of you, how do you rate your left back position, your situation in terms of strength and depth? Is this an area that concerns you, or do you think you are okay for the season in this area? Jaden, you start us.
I think we're okay, just simply because, well, we play Mumba there most of the time, and then obviously we have Edwards at right back, and we've got a lot of versatile players who can play both left back and right back. So obviously we've got enough cover for Mumba there with Sorinola and Ogbita, and Galloway being versatile in both roles. So yeah, I think we should be okay in that position. Carl, I don't know what you think.
Exactly what you said, Jaden. Mumba, glimpses of his first season with us. That much better than last season. I don't know what it is, but this season he's such more relaxed and able to get on and go further up the pitch, which was nice to see. In regards to Galloway, he's come along from where he was the first season he was with us. He was made of glass. He kept getting injured, poor chap. In regards to that, as long as those two stay fit, we should be okay because the other two, Ogbita?
Yep.
He needs to he'll learn from, because he obviously had a terrible start, but he can get a chance, take your chance. That's what Vinny says. If you're good enough, you'll play.
Okay. Comment below, where do you think we stand on left backs? And also we're asking you, who's the best left back of all time at Plymouth? Drop that into the comments. Also, finally, before I let you go, then we're well into September now, so we're looking for your August Player of the Month. Although, because that's already been announced, we are asking you for your unsung Player of the Month for August. So, who's the player that hasn't had their flowers? Carl?
Sissoko for me. He's just brought something completely different. He would take on 5-6 players if he could. But he's been the standout for me, 100%.
Class act. I think we might have lost Jaden again. Yep, we definitely have lost Jaden again. So we'll jump back to that. All right. Put in the comments below again who you think. He's back. Let's get him back. There we are. Just about in time. Jaden, I'm not sure if you heard the question. Who's your Player of the Month for August? That is not the official one.
It's got to be Joe Edwards, hasn't it? I think you may as well give him Player of the Season already. That's how good he's been. But yeah, it has to be.
Okay. All right, then. If you disagree with any of that, comment below. And don't forget, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. And, of course, follow us all across social media. Thank you very much, you two. Enjoy your trip to the Hawthorns this weekend. We'll see you on the other side of it all next week. New episodes every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Thank you both.
Cheers, Mark.
See you next week.